cannot take them seriously. Harry's wife and Harry are joke people. Harry was taken to a degree seriously as a prince of the realm. Unfortunately, recent antics, governed by his handler, have made him a figure of ridicule. Harry's wife was taken seriously momentarily as she entered the royal family, but soon thereafter, demonstrating her narcissist ways, grasping, controlling, manipulating, meant that people wouldn't take her seriously. Such is the level to which she pursues the prime aims, and does so in an increasingly obvious way. Neither of these individuals can be seen as serious individuals and cannot be taken seriously by people. They're viewed as a pair of clowns. Daniela Elsa explains that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been exposed, and their choices after the Invictus Games raise a lot of questions. Her observations reinforce that you just can't take these two seriously. She writes, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. You might be able to take the lad out of his homeland of room-temperature beer and the perpetual veneration of the sausage roll, and to plonk him down in a world of matcha lattes, but can you really take the Brit out of him? After all, what is more quintessentially British than the nearly inalienable belief in one's right of having several days every year of crisping oneself in the sun somewhere in southern Europe, ideally in a resort where the menu offers double egg and chips? And so it has come to pass, with reports now claiming that Harry and his wife, Harry's wife, the Duchess of Sussex, managed to tack on a mega-secret trip to a luxury resort in Portugal after their recent stint at the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf. The optics here are nada bom, or not great for those who don't speak fluent Portuguese. Harry's wife, it would now seem, went to Europe and spent nearly as much time, or as much time as the Invictus Games, as she did on holiday. It's unclear whether on what day the couple flew in. The Sussex news comes via Portugal's Novagenta magazine, which claimed that the couple had enjoyed a lightning romantic escape to a trendy beach town an hour and a half south of Lisbon, where Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank have a home. The Duke and Duchess are reported to have stayed at the Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club, where, funny this, Brooksbank works in the marketing and sales. The Sussexes' presence in the region has subsequently been confirmed by the local tourist board. Disappointingly, at the time of writing, it had not been revealed whether the Sussexes did indeed get their egg and chips too. The most articulate thing I have to say there is, huh? The Duchess arrived 3 days after the kick-off of her husband's monumentally successful sporting event for wounded serving and veteran military personnel, but could make the time to enjoy several days of resort time. This, of course, evidences her hypocrisy. When the Duchess arrived in Germany, she was at an Invictus bash only hours after landing and told the crowd, "I'm sorry that I was a little late to the party. I just had to spend a little more time at home getting our little one settled, getting milkshakes, doing school drop-off." The point where I start to use my monthly question mark quota in only one day comes when we get to the fact that she couldn't make it to the games earlier because of their little ones, but could stay in Europe for several more days than necessary to bask in the ocean breeze and read the latest Colleen Hoover. Well, naturally, this shows the hypocrisy of Harry's wife, whereby she turns up and utilises the facade of "I'm a good mother" to justify her late attendance, which is really done to ensure she has an entrance of her own, thus all eyes are on her, and then thereafter, because she wants to seek some sun, she can go off and do this, whereas you would think, surely you would be wanting to hurry back to your little darlings. No, because she has no emotional empathy for them. She's not interested. The children only serve a purpose. Elsa continues by explaining that Harry and Harry's wife is taking themselves off for a lovely getaway, very much sticking to a family tradition. But that doesn't mean that this Portuguese breather was a good idea. The Sussexes have now spent more days on their mini-break, 3, than the number of times they have appeared in public in the United States to do some good works, 2 each. Like everything, It's about the look of the thing. The Sussexes have spent the last few years trying vainly to establish themselves as just as important public figures as when they were card-carrying representatives of the Crown. Who can forget Harry's UN speech, their DIY royal tour of New York in 2021, or that doozy of a statement with the phrase "service is universal"? Only last month in Tokyo, Harry told the crowd at a philanthropy summit, "My life is charity. Always has been, always will be." The thing is, they keep nailing their colours to the mast and then trundling off out of public view to then only pop up again to accept some award somewhere. Once again, this is demonstrating the hypocritical behaviour. That Harry's wife talks about charity and then doesn't do anything. She talks about undertaking some philanthropic works and then doesn't do anything. Elsa comments that their visibility on the do-good front this year has been particularly low. In 2023, Harry has undertaken 2 in-person charity outings in the United States, taking part in the Diana Awards Person Conversations for Change event with award alumni in Los Angeles, and visiting a Santa Barbara youth group for Mental Health Awareness Month with his wife, and 1 in the UK, attending the Well Child Awards. Harry's wife has logged 2, an outing on International Women's Day to Harvest Home, an LA charity supporting pregnant women at risk of homelessness, and the above youth group visit. The couple also appeared in a video to announce the first recipients of funding from the Responsible Technology Youth Power Fund in August. See parts passim. In September, Harry appeared at a philanthropy conference in Tokyo and then played in a fundraising polo game in Singapore in support of the Centre Barley charity. Elsewhere, Harry's wife donated a recipe to a charity cookbook. Fucking well done, huh? Harry did a video in their garden about Well Child. While there have also been a few other bits and pieces in the forms of statements put out by their Archwell Foundation, and having doled out funding overall, they have done nothing to really write home about. And this, once again, contains the essence of Harry's wife and why you can't take her seriously. The fact is, it's all about the appearance. Because if her narcissism is able to get what it requires through appearance, through saying, then that's all that need be done. If she can control by just making an appearance rather than rolling up her sleeves and doing something, that is what happens. If she can draw fuel by making a comment rather than getting in and amongst the task at hand, that is what will happen. And that's why you can't take her, nor Harry, seriously. He has followed her lead as he has to do, as being under her control, and she, as a narcissist, is apt for behaving in this manner. According to Giving USA, $163 billion was given away by private foundations in the United States in 2022. The Sussexes Archwell Foundation has donated $4.6 million out of the $20 million it has raised in 2021 to 2022. The Duke and Duchess are making a difference, but their good works don't live up to the rhetoric and hype that surrounds them. Hardly a surprise, it doesn't need to. Why? Because, as I've just pointed out, if Harry's wife can get the prime aims without having to go through the hard graft, that's what happens. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex seem to want to be taken seriously. Absolutely they do, and be taken seriously as global humanitarians, but have thus far failed to back that up with substantial work or having a significant impact. And it's no surprise, because it's governed by her narcissism. The Bill and Melinda Gates and the Greta Thunbergs of the world really don't have to worry about the Sussexes coming for their crowns or exalted positions any time soon. Sure, everyone deserves a holiday, but spending nearly as much time poolside as at the games, in Harry's wife's case, is hardly going to bolster their credibility at the UN. This demonstrates why they can't be taken seriously. They can't be taken seriously because there is no substance to Harry's wife, and this has rubbed off on Harry also. They cannot be taken seriously because they're a pair of joke individuals, whereby he is led by the nose or by the pecker by Harry's wife, and she is governed by her economic narcissism. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.